Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with yet another brew review. And I know that I start off most videos saying we have something special today, but today is hands down very, very special. Today we are having a Oude Geuze, an Old Geuze Boon, but not just any Old Geuze Boon. The susceptible people or the sharp people among you will have noticed that this label is orange, and orange is not a bone color mostly. Now this is a Oude Geuze Boon special Boon and Colruyt family blend, and you'll see a golden 50 here because it is a 50th anniversary Old Geuze. What does that mean? Well, Frank Boon founded his brewery in 1975, so it's the 50th anniversary of the Boon Brewery. Now, what does Colruyt have to do with this? Quite simply put, before Frank started his brewery or bought his brewery, he was a beer salesman and a brewer's help, and he was constantly on the road selling beers to bars and to restaurants. And he had a very close friend who sometimes accompanied him on the road, and that was Chef Colruyt. After buying his brewery in 1975, Chef Colruyt was also that one friend that gave him a chance and that immediately started selling his beers as well, not just as a favor, but also because he truly believed in it and he liked it. Now, the Boon and Colruyt Special Family Blend, celebrating a half century of craftsmanship, 50th anniversary. I was very lucky to have one of these bottles, by the way, because as this little booklet tells us, I'm so lucky to hold one of these bottles because I completely missed the media announcement and there was no pre-order whatsoever. And I was able to just plug this off a shelf, knowing that this bottle is limited at 9,000 bottles. That was really lucky. Especially in a country full of beer lovers and many Geuze lovers as well. So, now looking at the label, well, they put it in Colruyt orange, they put in a lot of golden text, and that is also why I brought out the fancy glass instead of the vase. And you will see that they recycled those lines from the glass on the label. What does the label tell us? This is an 8% ABV, a millésime or a blend from 2020. So this is a 4-year-old brew, well, 2021, sorry. Yeah, 21, not 20. 2021 was the brew year, and then 24 is the blend year, and now 25 is the release year. So for the people that don't know Geuze, this is a blend of 1-year-old and 3-year-old lambic, and then it's aged in oak foeders again for at least a year. And so this takes quite some time. This is a lot of preparation went into this, and a lot of passion as well. Frank Boon founded the brewery in 1975. Not long after that, he started a collaboration with Colruyt. The two companies from Halle built a strong connection and always celebrated this with a glass of Geuze Boon. In this festive year, Chef Colruyt and Frank Boon, and his sons of course, look back on this period with a unique blend. The lambic for this one-time cooperation was selected by Chef Colruyt and the family Boon themselves. Could be way worse, I believe. I've had worse collaborations. Ingredients: water, malted barley, wheat and hops. And that is it. Now this does have a shelf life of 20 years. It is bottled in December of 24 and it is drinkable according to the label to December 2044, but I would beg to argue that it's not gonna make it that long. As always, a nice branded muselet. Oh. Oh. This cork already wanted to escape. Now, it goes without saying that I'm not gonna empty this bottle today, or at least not for this recording. I am gonna share what's left with 2 or 3 friends later tonight or tomorrow. This is extremely aromatic and also extremely carbonated. Wow. And just to make a point, I'm gonna cap this off with a Colruyt bottle cap. Because we can. This is that typical beautiful straw gold yellow Geuze color that we strive for. So that is already 1,000 lambic points. And it's so carbonated. Wow, I did not expect this. When it comes to the foam, normally Geuze, especially Old Geuze, doesn't really have a lot of foam. This is way foamier than I would expect. What can I say about this foam? Nice medium density bubbles, looks very creamy, very snow-like, does its job, is constantly refilled because of that huge amount of bubbling up from the bottom, and it is like yellowish off-white, so again very nice. You know, I already noticed some aroma, but oh, wow. The thing you should know about Old Geuze is these aroma profiles are often very complex and are often not what you'd expect if you're not trained on the risk of sounding arrogant. And sometimes if you don't know Geuze, it may come across as very unpleasant. But if you do know Geuze, you know all the attributes, and like this one smells very dry, very sour, acidic and sour at the same time. I get a lot of citric acid in the nose. I would argue a tiny hint of vinegar. But not in a disturbing way. I do get a lot of like hay. As we say, a horse blanket or horse stable, which is a fun word to describe something that you're about to drink, but bear with me. Yeah, those old hops did their work as well. It's really beautiful. Wow. It's also very lively. This smells like old and fresh at the same time, which is something that only Frank and Chef, his son, also can do. So yeah, I can't wait any longer, so let's have a taste. Cheers. So the first thing that I do when having a sip of Oude Geuze is cleanse my palate. So I waltz it around my mouth just to clear out all the other flavors that were lingering from lunch or dinner, for example. Oh my. Honest to God, I thought that this was going to be a bit too sour for me. But holy crap, this is fantastic. I also thought that I wouldn't like this. I thought I would like this a lot, but like not too much. Yeah, again, let's start at the beginning. There's this, I'm not gonna say sour or acidic just yet, but it is really astringent. Like after 2 sips, I already feel the enamel backing off of my teeth. It's extremely refreshing and thirst quenching. Oftentimes in Oude Geuze, and Frank has a way of doing this as well, there is a lot of acidity to work your way through. And in this case, it's surprising, it's strong, but it is extremely balanced as well. So very refreshing, very fresh. Normally Geuze isn't really hoppy, but this one tastes rather hoppy. It is quite bitter in the back of the mouth, in the roof of the mouth. And that bitter really balances out the acidity. So I am thinking that it's hoppier than I'm used to. And I don't know if that is Chef Colruyt's influence. For some reason, this also reminds me of a dry hopped old cider that I once had in London. Oh my. Also that retronasal reflex, very hoppy, very refreshing again. And the aftertaste is also not what I'm used to. So in the flavor there's also some grass, some hay, a bit of hop, some acidity, a bit of astringent. So all the usual suspects are there, but way fresher, way more lively, and actually extremely pleasant as well. This is a beer of extremes, because I've used the word like 5-6 times already. But my goodness, if I had known this, I would have bought at least 2 crates. I'm afraid with a cap off of 9,000 there aren't any crates left, but yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. When taking a larger sip, I still get that stable in the smell and in the flavor as well. But it's not in an unpleasant way. This is going to be a hard one. In the aftertaste, I get like a lot of lemon and lime zest, with a bit of grapefruit, and again slightly grassy, slightly hoppy. Very, very pleasant. Oh, how should I score this? I think I haven't been this enthusiastic in quite a while. Also, I haven't had a Geuze in quite a while. So, I'm torn between like 4.25 and 4.5, but it's somewhere in that region. Yeah, this is just another beautiful blend. I'm already looking forward for the Horal blends of the past 6 years, because I also have those in the cellar and I haven't tasted them yet, but I happen to know, because a little birdie told me, that Frank Boon also blends those, so to be continued. But this one, yeah, 4.25, 4.5. I think because it's so refreshing and so slightly fruity as well, I'd probably go, I'd probably lean towards 4.5. I'm actually very happy that this is a 75 centiliter bottle. Okay. That all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. If you want to see more, hit the bell icon after you subscribe so you'll get notified whenever I upload something. If you liked this video in particular, hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you want to support this channel, share a video, visit the Patreon page, and yeah, I'll see you guys again in the next video. Cheers.